And so I says to Mabel, I says, "Oh, hey, how's it going? Sorry, I was just having a conversation with my friend Carl here. Nice to see you. I'm Kelly. I'm the host here at Dork Tales, and this is a very, very special announcement for everybody who watches the channel. We've been growing by leaps and bounds, and we are finally at a place where I feel like revealing our grand plan for where this channel is going and what we're going to be in the future. Now, some of you who have been with us a while know that I have several passions that I really like to express through this channel. My love of storytelling, my love of movies and pop culture, and even Japanese animation. Besides that, I love stories of mystery and suspense and romance and drama. I like great action epics, I love superheroes, and all of that geeky stuff. I love horror. But the truth of it is that there has been something that I have always been wanting to do with this channel that I have not been able to or have not had the courage to. Well, today's the day. So without further ado, I would really like it if you joined me on an adventure. Just me and you. This experience will be best enjoyed with your headphones on. So go ahead and pop them on right now. And let's begin the first episode ever of Dork Tales, the ASMR experience. Well, hello, traveler. Fancy meeting you here. I'm Kelly. I'm going to be your dungeon master for the day. I hope that you enjoy the adventure that I have planned for you. Why don't we begin? Now, I want to thank you for coming here today and sitting down at my table and playing this game with me. Can you tell me, what's your name? Now, is that with two? Of course. And which race or lineage are you hoping to play today? Did you bring your character sheet? Okay. Yeah. This is really good. I think we can do something with this. This is a very interesting subclass you picked. Your rolls were pretty good, too. I'm surprised that you got that many 18s. 6 of them. It's fairly impressive. You even wrote in a 7th stat. Awesomeness. Normally I don't allow characters to start with higher than a 20, but I think that for today we can allow this 37 that you wrote in. Alright, so today it's just going to be me and you. And I hope that you'll enjoy this. Our story begins in the town of Hamlet Townshipville. Hamlet Townshipville is your run-of-the-mill village. It caters to those who are newlywed and nearly dead. Its chief exports are yarn made from the humble Tarrasque, and textiles woven from elf bones. It's lucky that you're not playing an elf. Now, today, you have been chosen by random lottery to receive a free beverage at the pub. So, you head down to the Prize Pig Tavern. Inside of the Prize Pig, the barman, a burly old dwarf named Gigan, greets you warmly. Hello, lad. Nice to see you here. Why am I whispering? Well, it's nap time. As you know, this village honors the ancient rite of siesta. And because
can't open the tavern before noon due to religious excusions, restrictions, problems. That means that we have to wait until siesta. Which does mean that the lunch rush is actually quite quiet. What's that? Oh, can I see that? You've got a voucher. Aye, I think that I can do something with this. We've got a special bevy that's come in from the space elves. All the way from the stars. I think you'll like it. It's a bit fizzy. Here you are, lass. Lad or lass, I don't want to make any presumptions. Here you are. And I'll have one too. Spacey. No, not spicy. Spacey, like, yeah, you've got it. What's this? Oh, you're looking for adventure. Aye, I think I could probably guide you to some. At the back of the bar, over there by the fire. That hooded folk. Aye, the one with the rabbit ears. She's been looking for someone to help out in some type of foolhardy quest. I hear the money's good, but I wouldn't risk it if I were you. Oh, you're gonna go anyway. Of course, my opinion doesn't matter at all. Of course, I've just been the bartender here for 200 years. What do I know? Fine, go ahead. It's your funeral. I'll drink to you. All right, then.
As you walk back to the edge of the tavern, making your way through the empty seats to the only other patron that's there. True enough, it is a rabbit folk, sitting by the fire. Her cloak clings to her supple form, and you can tell that she's some type of athlete, perhaps playing the ball of baskets, an ancient sport practiced by some of the most renowned Harengon, or rabbit folk if you prefer. Once upon a time, that ancient sport culminated in a universe-spanning competition that decided the fate of a mortal realm. Only a champion pulled from a far-off realm could give them the stuff they needed to win. This jam in space is the thing of legends. You approach and introduce yourself. Oh, why hello there, she says to you with a strangely sultry voice. Yes, I am looking for an adventurer to retrieve an ancient artifact from a nearby tomb. Are you good enough? I see that you do have a class and levels. And I couldn't help but notice that you have an awesomeness score of 37. Quite impressive. I would be willing to pay.
She reaches into her purse and plucks out a small bag for you. I would be willing to pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of gold. What's that? Not enough, she says, incredulously. I think you'll have to convince me to give you any more money than that. I need you to make me, yes, the D20. Yeah, the 20-sided one. No, not the D100. We don't use that one. Pardon the motorcycle. It's midnight, you douche. A 10. You bat your eyes at her and prepare to sweet talk. And your sultry eyes of whatever color is written on your sheet, they melt her heart. All right. You make a valid point. 6, 7, 8, 9. As well, this piece here, I don't know why I'm Scottish now. I was talking to the bartender earlier and it just kind of rubbed off on me. 9 gold coins. And 1 platinum. That's a lot. So, why don't you be a good, whatever race or gender you are? And take this. You could drop it like that if you wanted to, yes? And go and retrieve my MacGuffin. What is it? Oh, you're looking for an ancient burial mask. Quite a powerful object. Yes, it is a burial mask for a gnome. It's quite small and quite powerful. This isn't actually it. This is a souvenir, a replica. Of course, this wasn't taken from the dungeon that you're going into. No, of course not. Of course not. I wouldn't be sending you in just to meet a horrible demise. That would be rude. You'd like to make an insight roll. That's fair. Let's go ahead and do that. That is a 1. Yes. Yes, that does mean you don't succeed. Well, there's no reason to use that kind of language. I'm sure that everything is fine. No, I don't care if that's what your character would do. Of course, you can roll again, sure. You can put the knife away. Yes, that is another 1. Well, you know what they say. Oh, I don't know what they say. I just assume that you did. Yes, so, she seems, absolutely, positively, honest
and is absolutely not going to feed you to any evil creatures inside of the dungeon. Excellent. So, do we have an agreement, she says. She reaches out a hand to you, and as she does, it crackles with mystical energy. You accept and seal the deal. A binding magical contract forging between you that cannot be broken. Before long, you finish your drink. It's quite tasty. There might be a small hole in your horn mug. You should definitely check that out sometime soon. And before long, you're headed through the forest of death. Oh, don't be afraid. The forest of death is actually quite fine. There is nothing really wrong with the forest. It's more of an allegory than anything. It's not a forest of death, and it's spelled differently. I assure you, it's halfling. It's vastly different. There's like an apostrophe or two. Honestly, it just kind of looks like alphabet soup to you. You travel down the forest. Your shoes making hard sounds on the beaten trail as you go. When suddenly, I need you to make me a perception check, please. A 16. You hear rustling in the bush. What do you do? Yes, you investigate it. As you head toward the edge of the bush, you smell the spore of a large animal. No, not like a mushroom, but like scat? No, not like that song with the scappadabba-dooba-dabba-dooba-dabba-dabba. No, I mean poop. Yes, you smell large animal poop. And as you push through some of the brush, you see a large, furry creature bent over, doing its business. You have answered an ancient riddle. Does a bear poop in the woods? Apparently so. Can I get you to make me a stealth roll? You're not trying to be stealthy. I would recommend that you try to be stealthy. No? Okay. It's your game too, I suppose. You're sure? All right. I will roll to see if the bear notices. Natural 20. And you have your armor equipped. The armor that you left it at the tavern. Understood. As you rustle in the bush, the bear looks up from its paperwork and gives you a tremendous roar. And raises to attack you. but it is momentarily caught off guard. And you realize that this is one of the dreaded Charmin bears. He is incredibly powerful, but is thrown off when unable to complete its paperwork. Would you like to run? No? You would like to approach the bear? It is a grizzly bear. Can you make me an animal handling roll? What do you mean you want to seduce the bear? Yes, I saw that you took a level in Bard. No, that does not necessarily mean that you can seduce the bear. You may certainly try. Yep. After seducing the bear with your natural 20, you now have the bear's ascending stone number. You travel further through the front door of the dungeon. And as you do, the walls undulate as if strange spectral creatures are reaching through. You can feel the pull of ancient magics here. And as you do, you can hear the voices call your name and other things that only you would know. Your mother calls out to you from one side of the room into your ear. Your father calls out into your other ear. Your pet hamster whispers in one ear. The chinchilla you saw at a pet store when you were 12 and visiting your grandmother's house, and she took you to the mall because you wouldn't stop complaining that she didn't have any video games, so she thought she would take you somewhere to buy a sweater. It was the middle of summer. It didn't make any sense, but Grandma was really fading mentally at that point, and you were mostly there to support her until they could transition her into a nice home. Little did you know that it was actually a Ponzi scheme, and she wasn't your grandmother at all, but was trying to rip your parents off of, well, quite a bit of inheritance that your real grandfather had left you before this woman had drugged and replaced your real grandmother by having face-swapping surgery. There is a good chance that your grandmother, well, your fake grandmother, was actually Nicolas Cage the entire time. But that is another story. And from the other wall, you hear the sound of your own voice. After a few minutes of conversing like that, you're doing really well, by the way. You're really getting far in this module. This is what Gary Gygax wanted from Dungeons & Dragons. You make your way. As you progress further into the dungeon, you see that there are 2 doors approaching you.
one says, "This way, to the altar of ultimate evil, evil, evil." I don't know why the sign was written to say evil 3 times, but it does create an echo effect in your head when you read it. Clever, good foresight, good dungeon creation. The other says, "Lonely single skeletons in your area. Tonight only." It's obviously a You want to go to the skeleton. You know that it's probably a trap. Can you make me an insight roll? Mm-hmm. Yes, that was a 2. And your bonus to insight is, so that's a 6. That isn't even mathematically possible. But, look, tell you what, this is such an obvious trap. Why don't you roll me another dice? You should have had advantage. That was, I said we didn't make mistakes, but that was, you rolled before I could say better. Yes. Yep, that is a 1. But I saw you took the lucky feat. I would suggest you spend it. Yes, I mean, I don't want to tell you how to play your character, but thank you. Yes, yeah. So reroll it. All right, there we go. A natural 20. With a natural 20, you know, obviously, that this room with the skeletons is an absolute trap. It has to be. There are no lonely skeletons in your area. It's obviously a trap. No reason to go there at all. You're still going there. Okay. You wander down the hallway and make your way toward the skeleton chamber. There's an old rickety door in front of you. Rusted iron bars crisscrossing. There's a lock barring your way any further. It appears that you can't make it in. I notice that you don't have any lockpicks. What do you mean you have a magic key? I didn't give you a magic key. Your last dungeon master allowed it? Who was your last dungeon master? Bam? From Weed D&D? Sure. Fine, you have the key. Sure, absolutely. The door opens with a creak. And you look inside to see that there is a horrible sight in front of you. A skeleton. pressed up against the wall, seductively posing. Hi there. My name's Victor. Victor Harvey. Are you looking to... I will not say that. Are you looking to... Are you looking to bone? Very mature. Very mature. I said it. Are you happy? The skeleton, having lured you into its sensual trap, reaches beneath itself and pulls out a short sword and prepares to attack you. You want? You want to roll to seduce the skeleton? Fine. Yeah, no, by all means, by all means. That is a 6. The skeleton is unimpressed. You're going to use lucky. I suppose that you... Can I see those dice? That's a lot of natural 20s. I don't want to... I'm not implying anything. Did you get your dice from Hayden Davio? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. And did you pay for the X? Yeah, okay. All right. Next time I'm going to make you use the dice that Extra Life sends us. Those things never get 20s. The skeleton acquiesces to your proposal and says, "Hello there. I'm a skeleton, and I am very interested in you romantically." I would rather not roleplay this scene out. I think we should fade to... You don't want to fade to black. Can you make me a dexterity save, please? Oh, look, I don't care. Rocks fall, everybody dies. I win, you lose. Game is over. Thank you so much for playing. All right, so that was our first adventure there. I hope you enjoyed what we had in store for you, and that ends our tale. I hope that you had fun. You made some questionable choices, but I think that overall you had a okay time. Thanks for playing. Maybe if you did your taxes a little early, you wouldn't have... Hi! You're back. Well, sorry, Carlton. I hope you had some fun there. And, at Dork Tales, we're always doing new and exciting things, and this is definitely one of them. I hope that you enjoyed this new experience here at Dork Tales, and that if you did, you'll like, leave a comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to go to patreon.com/dorktales until we get patreon.com/dorktalesASMR up and running. Goodbye. Seriously, like, you can go. Hey folks, happy April 1st. If you couldn't tell that this was a gag, my other friends on the Dork Tales production team made me promise to end it with a, hey, it's April 1st, congratulations, this was a joke. A little bit. I assume that you're all smart enough to get that.
If you were waiting on the podcast for an episode of Wild Beyond the Witchlight, it will be coming a bit later today, probably about like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, just long enough for this joke to actually be funny. Hopefully you had fun with this and it wasn't too grating and that we didn't lose too many subscribers because of it, because I know that's a risk. But anyway, thank you for tuning in, and as always, thank you for being part of the Dork Tales team and for being a part of the party. It's been fantastic being with you all this time. And don't worry, we're not changing anything up here, really. Although if you did like the ASMR stuff, I don't know, I'll try harder if we can do it. We can actually do that. I don't care. Could be fun. This is an actual creepy Cthulhu statue that some of our teammates got me a while back. It is veiny and leafy as hell, and very, very solid. You could kill a man with this. Anyway, see you next time. Cheers. Kaplach. I think there is an actual hole in this, though. It is leaking. Oh, yeah, there's a puddle. There's a puddle.